Hey Bart, I'm making a game that is, uh, I guess I would describe it as like Mario Maker meets Animal Crossing. It's called Level Mancer, and the goal of it is to create worlds for these little characters to live in. So, imagine you're just transported in this world, and you've got this town full of people, and you are tasked with building them a level. And as you build, more characters come because they're interested in what you're doing, and you take care of multiple people and make little levels. And you are the wizard, and that is you're the the wizard who makes the levels, and that is your job. You are responsible for making the levels of the world. I like doing little mock-ups that like determine what my stuff's going to look like. I don't care how it's drawn. So right now I've got this guy who summons his bag when you hit the menu item, and it'll bring up a menu like this where you could actually like select what item you want. And after you hit the button, and pick it up above your head, and then you'll pull it out. So it's like this, you got a typical platformer here. Um, the grid is where you'll be able to edit the levels, but all of these elements you'll see here, like this door, you'll be able to like pick up and move around, um, and customize things like quite a bit. You can build your own houses out of these little parts. You'll be able to get them kind of like, there will be different rarities and stuff. You can collect different parts, you can craft new parts. Um, but a lot of it is like a collecting kind of thing. You can see like this is actually just like a piece of a house. You can find this piece in a gotcha capsule, and then kind of lay it down where you want it. Um, you can see like there's different parts like this can be like stretched to however you want it, so you can hang it from different elements. I think one of the appeals is kind of like building with Legos essentially, right? You can kind of use these simplified colors to kind of build the house that you want. Like, you could double banner it, you can leave it as a window. You got the scalable castle wall here, you can kind of do whatever you want with. So it's highly customizable, but you just build towns, and essentially it's, part paint program, part level designer, part pet sim, I guess you could call it. But for right now, I'm just working on the mechanics of it. So it's really heavy on the items. So I'm making it so, and I want it to feel like really simple, like a Mario game, basically, as far as control. So you push a button, your bag will appear. The things that you have in the bag, like I have this mango here. I can take it and throw it around, and there will be stuff that you can do with all these different things. But you'll have slimes, and he's got a key. But I say, oh, I want to save that key for later, so I'm gonna pick it up. I'm gonna put it down into my bag. To put stuff in your bag, you just hit down, and it transports it into your bag for you. Push A, and there's my key and my mango, and then I can take that back out again. So rather than getting lost in tons of menus, you'll have this really like kind of neat way of picking up and throwing items and kind of keeping them stored in your hammer space in your infinite inventory bag here. So it doesn't do now is remove item. So after I edit, change carry item, uh, I've been working on it for several years now, but it's really not far along. I'm not a full-time dev by any stretch of the means. I mean, some days I'll have 0 minutes to work on it. Some days, some weeks I'll have 1 hour for several weeks. Like, this is a complete hobby project, so I've just been tinkering around with it. It's taken on lots of different forms, and I can show some of those. So, hasn't always been pixel. Sometimes it's vector art. I have a wide variety of GIFs. It's just kind of like my Tinker project. It's realistically, it'll probably never be released, but you kind of see some of the interactions. Um, Making it nice and juicy. Let's see if I kind of see like how interactive some of the elements will be. It's at one point you can see here, like I want it to be a point and click game. I really love being able to like interact with things. Like you're in controller of the cursor, which is just a spell that the level mancer creates. But look how like cool some of these interactions are, pulling stuff out. But what I found is that like collecting items isn't as fun or intuitive. It's like more fun to like get on foot and interact with the world. So there's different versions of it that I've made. There's something like this with it's got these nice chunky vector graphics, and it's fun building these like with Lego. Kind of move the pieces around and tap on this little widget to change colors. You can really get deep with customizing your own levels, which I like. Um, I really like this vector style. I think that's super cool. I'm definitely going to revisit that soon. Kind of see some examples of how it looks. Here's the day-night system going. Yeah, it's hard to explain. Vector art resonates really well with a casual audience. Like if you're like not that much of a gamer, or even just like, yeah, just kind of. Vector art is like no contest winner. People way prefer the vector art stuff when it's just kind of like casual gamers. When people are serious about it, um, like, oh, I'm vested in this. And typically get pixel art results. They're very different looks, right? Pixel art is more familiar, I think, with people who grew up around games that already did it. Um, I don't know. I go between them. There's pros and cons to each one. The animations look much better with pixel art. With vector art, it comes out kind of stiff and rigid unless you're animating each frame, which nobody does anymore, right? It's all like spine, which makes it look kind of stiff and awkward. Vector art, things look snappy, but then it's pixel art, right? Like, one thing that this project struggles with is, like, I want to have bugs that you can catch, but if you think about, like, the scale of how small I would need to make the bugs, you can't get a lot of personality into each one of those little wings and stuff, right? So, like, I think I settled for this kind of look where it's extremely chunky pixels, right? It almost looks like the vector art. Things are very like rounded off and big, broad, not a lot of like shading or detail, right? It's just like major shapes. So it's the ideas of that pixel art brought into ideas of the vector brought into the pixel art. I need to create an item for that seed. Oh, I think I can follow that, and yeah. Make a better selectable menu here for that stuff. So items in inventory. Bag. Patch points I still need to do. Say important. Wind strength, source. For now, so let's do. Right, and then I tried GameMaker like a handful of times. It's pretty cool overall, but it's hard for me to learn the curve of it though. Yeah, I I can see that. I'm not a particularly fast learner, and there's some concepts if you're not familiar with game design and kind of flow of some of the other engines that could make it very difficult. It's just about practice, right? Taking it in bite-sized chunks and just really committing to learning it. I've had an advantage of I've grown up with this program. I've been using this since GameMaker 4, I think. It was something like the early 2000s, I think, when I started using it. It was like 2000, a little after that, maybe 2003 or something. I don't remember exactly, but it's been some time now. So it's just kind of second nature. It's my most comfortable one. But I do still recommend it if somebody's new to game design, is interested in learning, or just wants something free and relatively easy to learn. I say relatively, like compared to everything else. I still feel like it's a pretty good, like if you had like complete newbie, beginner, intermediate, advanced, and expert. I think it's good for probably that second highest up level. Like if you're like completely new to computers, it might be a little intimidating, but I feel like if you're like, oh, I'm comfortable with it, new technology doesn't scare me, I know how to read through a manual to find the information I need, then I think GameMaker is a good option. Sure. Bag. We'll do. Create it. We'll say depth x y plus y minus 96. That might be too much. Let's do 64. That's minus 1. obj. Destroyed. That menu. There's the menu, and it's destroyed. And in this, we'll do menu dot inventory. This is really sloppy what I'm doing here, but I want to see if this works. Inventory. If inventory doesn't equal to -1, which means if an inventory was loaded already. Get item. Inventory item var sprite equals, this is in item. Sprite equals inventory item dot sprite index. Draw sprite x plus 60i. Item is not read before reading it. Message. Inventory item. Item dot sprite index. Item is description index. This var item equals item dot item. Say item dot sprite index. Nope. Further, this says it's not set, but I can absolutely read from it. Step. Show message. Oh, you know what? It's reading the next one, I think. The length minus 1. Alright, let's do it step at a time. Inventory.get item. Show debug message. Oh, right. Because there's 10 or 4 slots. So if inventory item doesn't equal to -1, or let's say if it does equal to -1, or else, or sprite equals inventory item.item.sprite index. All that draw, I should have just commented it out. Draw sprite 0 x plus 16 times I y. Yay. Okay, so the mango's there. So when I pick up the seed and pick up the key, those should be in the menu as well. There, yay. So x plus 16 I there we go. And then when I load the inventory, get length. I also need to, after I pick it up, so let's do apprentice. I don't know the name for it. Find first, add the item. Item equals function from an index, and that's going to just be items dot. How do I okay. I thought it was, it just wasn't catching it though. Oh, because I'm doing it wrong. Array delete, there it is. Inventory items. X1. Dot item from that. there's nothing. Yay. Swallow that. Oh, I can't pick it up. So exit. Okay. Eat a seed. And go. I didn't even see. Right, so I basically have, I mean, it's a small system. Let's see if we can make it just a little nicer. It's functional, but wait, why didn't it flip the bag? Why didn't the thing? What? Right? Oh. Finding like, I take that, swallow it, pick it up. This should have 0. Okay, yeah, there's a bug here. No sweat. Okay, so that for now. I'm going to make it so menu dot x equals x minus dot sprite width. Yeah, so now it's in the middle. That's nice. Thanks. GameMaker is nice. Man. This is very buggy what I'm doing right now though. That's okay. You know, I realize I'm removing it. I want to remove the item though. I don't want to like delete the. So we'll do 3 items. Maybe 4 slots, which there are. When I pick it up and throw it, there should still be 4 slots, which there are. Okay, so what if I take a different? So, inventory load. Scale. Get side. Angle image. Cable main vibes from Marvel's Capcom 2. Here's something interesting. I don't know if you knew this about me, but I am a major Marvel vs. Capcom 2 player. I'm such a fan. So I get the reference. Hyper Viper Beam. Oh man. I've played so much Marvel in my day. Man, it's funny you bring that up. My time is split between GameMaker, Overwatch, and Marvel vs. Capcom 2. Those are definitely my mains. Oh, is this Gabriel? That would make a lot of sense. How's it going, man? That's such an obscure. The Marvel makes a lot of sense. I was like, that's such an obscure reference. For somebody who didn't know that. That's super cool. I got to Grandmaster status, and I've just been getting my ass kicked. It's just uh, you know, you gotta play top tier to compete with top tier, but it's just not fun playing four characters. And you know, I hit a brick wall with Sentinel. Like, you have to play around Sentinel every single match, so I just get bored. Yeah, prefab should have been here already. You're absolutely right. They're technically in, right? They're not customizable. Like, you can't do your own prefabs. They're in beta. It's kind of false advertising to say like, oh, GameMaker does have prefabs, but it's like, what's the point? They're not even like, you know, I don't know how many people are using their assets, but I don't know. They're just getting the framework laid out. I'll definitely be using them once we can do our own. All these tools and scripts, there'll be a spot for all that. Okay, so we'll do, when we do the scale though, it's just not, this is how many units there are, and I think I still need to do this. $16. Where? Yeah, then plus the padding, so plus our padding equals 8. Plus, yeah, okay. There we go. And why is it drawn? Oh, okay. So then we'll do inventory width equals scale. X minus inventory width 5, and then we'll, for that, X minus 96. Need a GUI layer in the editor. That's true. Soon there might be, with the, you know, the GUI events, it might be a lot easier here. I don't know if it's prohibiting me though from doing what I want to do. It's just not as, you know, not as clean here. I should be using GM Live for what I'm doing right now, but I can't be bothered. Okay, this is functional now. I even got a little bit of the juice with the cursor flicking around like that. The bag I don't think is necessary to you know what would be neat with the bag actually? So oh, so right now I have the bag doing like a squish. I think squish. That squish. I'm gonna 0.25. Is that how I Okay, brain fart, gotta visualize. There's a speed. Yeah, there is a skill. Oh, it's the only. Okay, okay, okay. Hold on. I want just like a slight squish. A little more than that. I'll do 0.2. And then I'll do Sprite shove. And I'll do it by the same amount left to right. And now the bag kind of does like this like jostling around. Same direction as that it's looking. Gotta get my guy to stop running too. It's okay. Do actually that might be really easy to do. Let's do that right now. Let's go into our Aseprite here. I need edit. We'll do our there it is. Wash down a little bit. So now it looks like his head is like returning back to normal. It's got a little bit of recoil on it. Back needs to drop that way. It definitely needs to be further out in front of him though. So let's let's do x plus 32 times times former dot get facing. We'll do perfect. Then after I pick it up, I need it to increase. So item dot sprite dot shove. Try that. Does that work? Yep. Nice. Okay, so now I can. That's a nice little juicy business here. Follow it. Swallow it. Round. I got a space. Put more space between the items here. Fine. Little menu. That'll work for now. For what I need it to do. Adding. Let's just. Oh. Before we call it a night. The bag. Adding is 8 at between. Plus padding times I. Oh, alright, so let's do oh yeah, but yeah, so that all needs to yeah, that's fine. Adding. Wide. Touch. So we'll do yeah. I see, because we're already double dipping on the padding there. Nice, I can give you a hand this. It's funny that the bag has like its own platforming physics. Sword doesn't have a Nice. We got a little actually, what happens if you is full right now? So what happens if we eat our item? Eat it. But I don't think that. Oh yeah. Oh, you could eat the key too. Whoops. Wish with the look up also. Extra something. Let's do point. Good for me. I don't want the bag to start so high either, so rather than B box top, we'll do Y minus 8. The little drop is fine. Yeah, that's perfect. The bag though? Did rate index equal. Oh yeah, I already have that on there. Just didn't notice the effect, I guess. Yeah, no, I see it now. Squishes too much though when it lands. I like this. It's like, it actually feels like stuff is like moving around in there, like this little cursor to get the right one. Nice and simple. All right. So we got an inventory UI. Nice. So this is, we're knocking these out real quick here. So been killer for my productivity here, which is great. Making to-do lists the day before, and the next day just doing them. Like, do yourself a favor and complete, make your checklist for the day before. So tomorrow, I really need a way to laying items from your inventory the level, and then editing the level. Pick up laid element. Putting placed. Column placed. Elements back into. And that's a lot. That'll last me the next couple days. I think just these three to get that right. I do like what we did today, though. We did the inventory here, where you just button and the inventory bag pops out. You can go between the different items in the inventory, and if you find one you like, you push a button and pull it out. And pick up any item essentially and push down, and that puts it into your inventory. After you take it out and throw it, alright. That's it for today's stream. Thanks everybody. Had a good time. Lots of people came through and said hi, so thank you for chatting. Um, I hope to stream somewhat regularly around the same time slot. Like after 9 o'clock Pacific time nightly until 11 or 12. So hope to see you then.